If you're over 65, I want you to really listen to what I'm about to say. Because this might surprise you. There's a nut sitting in most kitchen cabinets right now that can quietly harm your liver, kidneys, and even your brain, especially as we age. It's the same nut that a lot of people think is healthy, and some even recommend it for weight loss. But when you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, the body doesn't process food the same way it used to. What may have been fine years ago might now be causing more harm than good, without you even realizing it. In this video, we're going to talk about 8 common nuts, for that older adults should avoid or eat with caution, and 4 that are especially beneficial after age 60. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Nut number 1, pine nuts. Most people think of them as a fancy ingredient in pesto or salads. But for older adults, especially those taking daily medications, pine nuts can cause more harm than good. And the scary part is, very few doctors ever mention this. You see, pine nuts can interfere with how your body absorbs and processes medications, and we're not talking about rare prescriptions here. We're talking about common meds used for blood pressure, cholesterol, and even depression. That's a big deal, because over 60% of seniors in the US take multiple prescriptions every single day. If a nut is quietly lowering the effectiveness of your medication or increasing the side effects, you'd want to know, right? But that's not all. There's something called pine nut syndrome. It causes a strange bitter or metallic taste in your mouth that can last for days, even weeks. Now you might think, so what? But for seniors, that taste change can cause a real drop in appetite, and when older adults stop eating well, it affects everything: energy, strength, immunity, even mood. That's especially dangerous if you're already managing health conditions. Pine nuts are also high in oils that can turn bad quickly, especially when they're not stored properly. And these rancid oils create inflammation in the body, a problem for anyone with arthritis, heart issues, or memory problems. On top of that, their small size and slippery texture make them a choking hazard for anyone who has trouble swallowing, especially if you take medications that dry out your mouth. Nut number 2, macadamia nuts. Yes, they're delicious, rich, buttery, and smooth. But don't let the taste fool you. These little nuts come with a heavy price, especially for older adults who are trying to manage their weight, cholesterol, or gallbladder health. Here's the first thing you need to know: macadamia nuts are the most calorie-dense nut out there. Just one small handful, about an ounce, packs around 200 calories and over 20 grams of fat. That's a lot for anyone, but especially for seniors, whose metabolism naturally slows down with age. And when you're less active than you used to be, those extra calories can sneak up fast and turn into unwanted weight. And it's not just about calories. Macadamias are also high in saturated fat, the kind that raises LDL, or bad cholesterol. This matters because heart disease remains the #1 health concern for older adults. If you're already taking steps to protect your heart, eating macadamias might be quietly working against those efforts. Another thing to keep in mind is your teeth. Many seniors have crowns, bridges, or simply weakened enamel from years of use. Macadamia nuts are dense and hard, and biting down on one the wrong way can crack a tooth, something that's painful, costly, and harder to bounce back from after 65. Even storage is an issue. Macadamias are expensive, so cheaper versions often sit too long in stores or on shelves. If they go rancid, and it happens fast due to the fat content, they can introduce harmful oxidized fats into your system. That's the kind of stuff that increases inflammation and damages cells over time. Nut number 3, cashews. They're smooth, slightly sweet, and often considered a healthy snack. But for older adults, especially anyone managing diabetes, prediabetes, or weight issues, cashews might be doing more harm than you think. Here's the problem: cashews are one of the highest carb nuts out there. Just 1 ounce contains around 9 grams of carbohydrates. That might not sound like much, but for someone over 65, especially those with insulin resistance, even small spikes in blood sugar can create bigger problems over time. Roughly 1 in 4 adults over 65 has diabetes, and almost half are pre-diabetic. That means cashews aren't as harmless as they seem. And there's more. Cashews are also high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your gut and make it harder for your body to absorb it. If you're already at risk for osteoporosis or bone thinning, which many people are after 60, that's a serious concern. These oxalates can also raise your chance. One more thing: most store-bought cashews are processed, roasted in unhealthy oils, and heavily salted. This adds unnecessary fats and sodium to your diet, increasing blood pressure and straining the heart, 2 things no older adult wants to deal with. If you enjoy that creamy texture or mild flavor, try swapping them out for a healthier option like almonds or walnuts. You'll get more benefits without the hidden risks. Nut number 4, peanuts. They're one of the most popular snacks in America, from peanut butter sandwiches to roasted peanuts at ball games. But here's something many people don't realize: peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're legumes. And that small detail makes a big difference for seniors. Because peanuts grow underground, they're more likely to be exposed to mold. And some of that mold produces aflatoxins, toxic compounds that can damage your liver over time. That's especially concerning for older adults because our bodies naturally lose some of their ability to detoxify as we age. So while you might not feel anything right away, repeated exposure can quietly build up and become a serious issue later. Peanuts also contain proteins that can trigger inflammation, even if you're not allergic. That kind of low-level inflammation can make joint pain worse, add to cognitive decline, and stress your heart, things many people over 65 are already trying to manage. And it doesn't stop there. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fats, which throw off your body's balance and increase inflammation if you're not also getting enough omega-3s, which most of us aren't. Now, if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, this part is important: peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with how your medication works. Many doctors don't warn about this food interaction, but it matters. And don't even get me started on most peanut butters in stores. They're often packed with added sugar, salt, and hydrogenated oils, a recipe for high blood pressure, weight gain, and clogged arteries. Even the natural versions, if not stored well, can go rancid and produce harmful free radicals. So while peanuts might be nostalgic, convenient, and tasty, they come with risks that most seniors simply can't afford to ignore. Nut number 1, Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, an essential mineral that plays a huge role in thyroid function. Just 1 Brazil nut contains more than your daily requirement. That matters because thyroid problems are incredibly common after age 60, especially in women. And often, the symptoms, like tiredness, mood swings, or weight gain, are mistaken as just aging. But a weak thyroid can slow everything down, and selenium helps keep it working like it should. Selenium also protects your nervous system. As we age, the protective coating around our nerves, called myelin, begins to wear down. Brazil nuts support myelin and may help preserve reaction time, focus, and memory. There's even some early research suggesting selenium in Brazil nuts may slow telomere shortening, which basically means it may help slow certain signs of aging at the cellular level. And here's something seniors will appreciate: you don't need a lot. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough. Any more, and you might actually get too much selenium. So it's a perfect snack for people who don't have a big appetite but want big results. If you're dealing with constipation, which affects many older adults, the fiber and natural oils in Brazil nuts can help keep things regular. And if you want to store them longer, keep them in the fridge. Their natural shell, if you can find them that way, also helps preserve freshness. Nut number 2, pistachios. Next up are pistachios, a nut that often gets overlooked but might actually be one of the best choices for older adults, especially when it comes to blood pressure and eye health. If you're looking for a snack that tastes great and actually supports your aging body, pistachios deserve a spot on your list. What makes pistachios special is their natural mineral balance. They're low in sodium but high in potassium, around 285 milligrams in a small serving. That balance helps relax blood vessels and lower systolic blood pressure, which is the top number in your blood pressure reading. For many seniors trying to manage hypertension without always relying on more medication, this is a big win. But that's not all. Pistachios are one of the few nuts that contain two important antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds go straight to the eyes, specifically to the macula, and help protect your vision. Since age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in older adults, adding more of these nutrients to your diet is a smart move. Another reason seniors love pistachios? They're easier to chew than harder nuts like macadamias or almonds. Their crunch is pleasant but gentle on teeth, a nice feature if you've got crowns or sensitive dental work. And here's a clever bonus: having to open the shells slows you down. That naturally stops you from overeating and gives your brain time to recognize fullness. In fact, studies show that seeing the empty shells actually helps you eat less without feeling deprived. Aim for about 1 ounce per day, that's roughly 49 pistachios. Choose lightly salted or unsalted varieties, and if you have arthritis in your hands, look for the pre-split ones. Nut number 3, walnuts. Now let's talk about walnuts, the nut that looks like a brain and helps protect it too. If you're over 65 and want to keep your memory sharp, your thoughts clear, and your mood steady, walnuts are one of the best foods you can eat. Walnuts are the top source of a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Omega-3s are critical for brain health. They help your brain cells communicate properly, reduce inflammation, and protect against age-related decline. As we get older, inflammation becomes one of the biggest threats to cognitive function, and walnuts directly help fight that. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate about 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily had faster thinking speed and better mental flexibility in just 8 weeks. That's not years, that's just 2 months of consistent eating. Imagine what it could do over time. Walnuts are also rich in polyphenol, powerful antioxidants that help protect your brain cells from damage. These compounds can even cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce inflammation directly in your neural tissues. That makes them especially valuable for people concerned about Alzheimer's, dementia, or general memory loss. And here's a bonus: walnuts naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. Since many seniors struggle with sleep as melatonin production declines with age, having a few walnuts before bed may gently support better rest. I recommend eating 7 to 9 walnut halves a day. Keep them in the refrigerator to prevent the healthy oils from going rancid. And if you're able, crack them yourself. It's a small activity that helps maintain hand strength and coordination. Nut number 4, almonds. If you're looking to protect your bones, support your heart, and keep your digestion regular, almonds quietly do it all. After age 65, bone strength becomes a real concern. Falls and fractures can change a person's independence overnight. The good news is that almonds are rich in calcium and magnesium, 2 nutrients that work together to maintain bone density. Just a small handful, around 15 to 20 almonds, gives you nearly 100 milligrams of calcium. But what's even more important is the magnesium, which helps move that calcium into your bones and keeps it from building up in your arteries. That's why almonds are also great for your heart. The healthy fats in almonds, mostly monounsaturated fats, help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and protect your arteries from plaque buildup. And if you're someone who struggles with constipation, almonds give you about 3.5 grams of fiber per ounce, making them a natural way to stay regular without relying on medications. There's more. Almonds contain vitamin E, a strong antioxidant that helps protect your brain and body from aging-related damage. Studies even suggest that the combination of vitamin E and flavonoids, found in almond skins, helps slow cognitive decline by protecting brain cells from oxidative stress. Try to choose raw or dry-roasted almonds without added salt or oils. And always chew them thoroughly. While almonds are easier to eat than some other hard nuts, they can still be a choking risk if you have trouble swallowing. Bonus nut, hazelnuts. Hazelnuts might seem harmless, especially when they're blended into spreads or added to baked goods. But for seniors, they come with a few hidden concerns. First, hazelnuts are among the most common tree nuts linked to allergic reactions, even in people who didn't have allergies when they were younger. As we age, our immune system becomes more sensitive, and new food intolerances can appear. That makes hazelnuts a risky snack for older adults, particularly those with underlying inflammation or a history of seasonal allergies. Second, hazelnuts are harder to digest. They contain tannins, plant compounds that can irritate the stomach lining, especially in people who already deal with acid reflux, gas, or bloating. For seniors with slower digestion or sensitive stomachs, this can lead to discomfort after meals. Hazelnuts are also high in fat, nearly 17 grams per ounce, and while much of that is healthy fat, it can be tough on an aging gallbladder. For those with gallstone issues or low bile production, eating hazelnuts may cause cramping or indigestion. And finally, most people eat hazelnuts roasted, salted, or coated in chocolate, forms that increase sodium, sugar, and damaged fat intake, all of which can raise blood pressure and cholesterol. So while hazelnuts might taste great, they're not the best choice for seniors with digestive issues, allergy risks, or heart health concerns. Let me know if you'd like me to now add a fifth nut that's great for seniors as well. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you for caring about your health, because that's what this is really about. Not fear, not confusion, but awareness and action. The truth is, after 65, your body changes, digestion slows, metabolism shifts, and the way your body handles food becomes more delicate. That doesn't mean you have to give up the things you love. It just means being a little more thoughtful about what you eat and how it affects you now. We talked about 4 nuts that may be doing more harm than good in your daily routine: pine nuts, macadamia nuts, cashews, and peanuts. While they may seem harmless, they can interfere with medications, raise your blood sugar, affect your liver, and even worsen inflammation or joint pain. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you made changes to your nut choices or daily snacks recently? Have you noticed any difference in how you feel? Please take a moment and share your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else on the same journey. We're all learning together. And remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're in front of you, one smart choice at a time.